Bro, you remember I told you that we were like 14 or 16 of us that went inside that bush. So, like I said, some escaped and some.
We have intelligence at our disposal that some agents of destabilization, they immediately escaped.
As I do my hand like this, I see said the rope cut and wood there near me. I first come out the wood, the person where the busher. Now I first see it.
When I watched this video, I thank God is a testimony anyway that this guy went through this hair and he came out alive. God, I thank you for the strength you grant this young man. But I want you guys to listen to this drastic story that this guy narrated in this video. We'll be right back.
Bro, you remember I told you that we were like 14 or 16 of us that went inside that bush. So, like I said, some escaped and some. Yeah, some didn't make it alive. So, in that process, after like the third day, after like the third day, one person escaped again inside the bush. And then the following day again, another person escaped. So, but before those people escaped, like 2 persons are direct. Now I told you that it's survival of the fittest. If you can't trek, if you can't walk, they just like that, you know. So as we were going, there was this particular man. The man came first. So as we were walking and walking, like we walked on the second day, we trekked hell. We trekked for like 8 hours and we're still moving. So the man was so tired and he was gasping for breath. You know, as he was walking, he was falling. As he was walking, he was falling and gasping for breath. So it got to a point where he couldn't stand again. He was not able to even carry his leg. He was not able to carry his body. Like he was literally shaking. Anytime he stand up, he would just fall like that. Anytime he stands up, he would just fall like that. And then they just said, because him himself was with his brother too and one other person they were with. So like 3 of them inside the bus. You know, I think they were heading to Saple. So they just had to like push his brother away because brother was assisting him. They had to like push his brother away and they like dropped him. You know, because that particular time was at night, around 11 p.m. at night. Man, if you see the way these guys use stones to smash this man, because that place is a rocky area, they're all full of rocks and mountains, you know. Use stone, smash his head, man, because that place is a rocky area, they're all full of rocks and mountains, you know. Use stone, smash his head, some use cutlass, cut him, and then they will just clean his blood, put it inside bag their mouth and say, oh yeah, let's move, and then we'll move out of where that person is for like hours again and we'll continue trekking. You know, there are some particular nights that will just, you know, the mountain in that Kogi state, the mountain in that particular place, like it was more than 10-story building. So like we climb the mountain and then we'll just climb down. Man, sometimes I would just be wondering why are we climbing this thing. There was one particular night we climbed the mountain like 4 times. We just climb up, climb down, climb up, climb down, and you know the heck of like this one was beyond hiking, because you are hiking with load on your back and you are still receiving torturing, and as you are climbing, you know, you climb up to the mountain and then we'll come down like that. So it was then again in that whole stress of climbing up and down, there's one other man that also was so tired and was not able to carry himself again, and then they took that particular one to get me. So if you can't be able to walk, whenever you just get tired and you can't carry yourself anymore, they will just you just end like that. It was like Squid Games. Very brutal and deadly.
Numerous story of how people escape for kidnapper den. Lots. If I have to compile it in this video, it will be longer than 9 hours. I want you guys to also watch this story.
How you say you waka?
The guy or a brother lucky for one gentleman where the who was
Gentleman.
On Friday. That gentleman don't
For the same pit.
Not the same place where the temple was. So that gentleman, he don't pay that money 7 million yesterday. That evening, so they one go collect the money. 2 people now come out. Now from that to 7 million, so now I make the contact 5 because so I made not give this or a brother. As I do my hand like this, I see said the rope cut and wood there near me. I first come out the wood, the person where the busher. Now I first hit. When I hit the person,
Okay, carry color the busher. Okay, the rest were carry gun, not only
The
there.
rest two were carry gun there my side for my back like this. When I hit this one, I return, I hit this one. Then the other two were stand this side. I hit them again. When I come, those one come from pass down like this. I meet them, follow them. I come the five of them. When they come shoot for passion, as the first one where they shoot, it no sound me like say gun, they shoot gun, I just see smoke. I look myself, nothing I see. They shoot the second one, nothing I see. Now I take come follow them.
Now,
like
be that power, ginger.
I come take follow them. When I come follow them too much, they come see say this thing, don't pass the one where the first thing said they hit my leg. So that I not feel waka, both my joint here, where it hit before the brain was come for that place. So they see say, no be that one go fit stop me now and they take run. When I come back, come check Lucky with that man. Lucky with that man, they don't come, they don't run, leave me, oh, they don't come stand, say.
How the everybody does say be here now?
They don't forget me. That's all. Now from there, come take run, come out for pipeline. Come the truck, come small. The machine will carry the Lucky without the two man. As the machine will come from my back, me come enter bush.
So, because you never know who they
Because I
are.
don't know who they come. Because outside people, they purposely they carry them. I come the look. I don't understand people who sit down for the machine. I come say, where they go? I come to manage myself small before I come for the account. So like I call double connection. Me and double connection come talk. Come tell me, see me I try. But I come. Me I take some treatment before I will come show them where all those things happen.
You know there.
You go know. Look, you go know.
Where a doji do rice. Close to Ejo.
I know the place.
Now from across, now they take carry us go. Since that Friday where they carry us up, now across we day. But when the one key person they will carry the people come from this side. So that
Near water. Yo, good.
if they don't come out high, they come out private part, they come out people, they carry and go to water. That is how when I come see said the one key that lucky. How many go come sit down? Small boy go come pull my head, go like this. No slaughter, nothing do one. And I take it back.
And those one, never say they got the one.
You know that power, if you hit them with boy, go die.
They go and big pass themselves. They go and wear the hoof for and big pass them. My target be say, now what they wake me, now this leg. Before the carriers come there, they talk. They say, me, I go fight. Now I'm going to come eat me all join like this.
They get experience, get sense very well.
You don't say one of those.
Once they see your face, they will know another eye.
And when they don't hit me, that 2 AK will stand for my side like this. Those one, I for flat one. Because I don't be strength to balance.
Who's your Igbo? For about. Say they say they can't say they catch that one.
They say they catch that one that day. Before the first time she did Peter Sue. They say they catch on that day now. You know say
So, look at here, your experience now. On Friday, anybody they come visit them for their brief food or how they tell they do on that day.
Now outside people, now them they bring them food and the boys,
Hausa?
And the boys, they come outside safe.
Okay.
I dey notice those boys, I dey see them. Sometimes for this ago, no, sometimes for Agbele, sometimes for Agbede. Not the people where they far. And the information be like the indigent follow because the call where I hear yesterday where they tell the man say, they get 5 people here where they want to collect their money. That yesterday evening, now the man come say, God don't catch them before they come to finish. I hear that call. Because if they want to do their call, like for my own self, people will send me up now for Central Mosque or Agbili, where they take come. That gentleman, like that friend, I set her up. They still they tell her. And immediately when I come, like, they go tell say so person will be your friend, like this, we must tell you.
Now people around.
Yes.
Make I say tell you like those things where they talk, some people be true, some people be true.
Now you might wonder, Not just him. Imagine that he just laid there because these people carry gun and he just laid there. Now so they for your cut him like that. I think about 3 years ago, similar story also came up. How this bus driver tried to kidnap this lady. I think it was a guy, I don't know. And on the point of doing the transaction, like carry the boy come out, give on to those kidnappers, the boy decide to fight. He even show way there for Starbar. But the guy fought his way and God bless him, he was able to escape. This thing has been happening, and the worst part of it now, you might wonder who is buying the pass. Do you think it's just normal Yahoo boys? These are the politicians. Yahoo boys don't even know where those people did. Now, the same politician, when you think say one fight for your safety, now they buy those human parts when those people they say. They know what they are doing. I want you guys to also watch this story.
Into a vehicle had already been used to block the road. And my driver said, God bless my driver, I didn't mention his name. Chinedu. He went through all the ordeal with me. Young man, I adopt you as my son. God bless you. He's in Benin now. He said, Oga, people are saying I'm robber. So then I said, then turn the car, reverse. As he put it on reverse, a gun was on my head. Automatic weapon. And they said, don't move. You move an inch, we blast you. I told Chinedu, don't move. They dragged me out of the car. Dragged Chinedu out of the car. Shot the tire of the vehicle. Put Chinedu in the boot of the car. And put me inside the car. They met another driver inside. They said if we dare look up, they will kill us. We closed our eyes. And we were pressed to the ground inside the car. As we were pressed down, I heard them say, oh, police, 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 police. Then one of them said, no retreat, no surrender, let's meet them. Because I couldn't look up, apparently, they moved out of the car. And I could hear guns booming. It was a staccato of bullets raining. Here comes a martyrdom. It was a war situation. And they were firing. And as they were firing, the car was moving. They were telling them advance a little. Then I heard them shout again, another vehicle, shoot. Then they started another round of. And then I heard them say, oh, we killed some of them. We killed some of them. Then tomorrow now, they will come out and lie and say some of us were killed or injured, even though none of us have been injured. I heard them saying that. Ladies and gentlemen, the good news that we have been delivered safe and unhurt and unharmed. The bad news that I was not profiled, we were never profiled or targeted, meaning that they merely operated randomly. It is bad news because it could have been any person, any other person. Bad news because it was when we were in the car with eyes closed that they started preliminary questions. What is your name? I said, Chief Michael Zekome, SAM. They set my pocket, took out the complimentary cards and other possession. I heard the card, I said, what is your full name? I said, my full name is Chief Michael Zekome, SAM. Constitutional lawyer, human rights activist, Akpakpa Bibibedola. They said yes. They said yes, you're a man of truth. That's what is written on your card. I didn't even know they were holding my card. They said, so you're a lawyer? I said, yes, sir. How long have you practiced? I said, 32 years. I said, well, even if you tell us lies, by tomorrow, we know who you are. Do you know what? We always know who you are when we capture, when we kidnap people through the press. So even if you lie, we are going to know who you are tomorrow. That is how we were driven for about 4.5 hours. Through rough roads, through highways, you could feel it on the body that you are on a highway. You could feel it on the body that you are on a rocky path. You could feel it on the body that you are in a swamp. You could feel it on the body that you are inside the forest, that you are on a footpath that is not tarred. About 4.5 hours. Before they dumped us in a small, uncompleted building, far away from civilization. Far away. And it was 24 hours guard, security guard. Fellow Nigerians. We are not talking of toy carrying kidnappers. They told me that they have cell units across Nigeria. They reminded me, didn't you see that Ikubola's father was captured in Jos and taken to Kano? Didn't you hear of the white men who were killed in Birnin Kebbi and Bauchi and Kano? Didn't you hear of the deputy governor of Anambra State that was executed? They started mentioning them. That
for this
they
Nigeria.
are everywhere. So I asked them,
for Nigeria.
why did you know me then? Why did you come for me? They said, we didn't know you. We just operated. And you happen to have run into us. And that when they started reading of me, They said we believe that God allowed us to catch you for a purpose, to draw attention to the world, to draw national and international attention to this issue of kidnapping. They were even advising me that I should not blame God, I should glorify God. That the things they have been reading of me, about me, shows that attention is being drawn to this issue of kidnapping. Then, of course, all of them are always hooded and masked, so you cannot know or recognize anybody. Because even though they are hooded and masked, even when they are talking to you, whether in the afternoon or in the night, you must still close your eyes. If you don't close your eyes, you'll be in trouble. The death sentence was always hanging on us 24 hours a day. The experience was one of horrendous tragedy. It was horrific, to put it mildly. We were psychologically tortured. We were mentally, excruciatingly tortured. We suffered from psychical trauma. It was spiritually unnerving. It was physically debilitating. It was the nearest thing to death on earth. Fellow countrymen, if hell is worse than that, let us all pray that we will never go to hell. So the bad news is that any Nigerian, in any place, on any way, whether highway, footpath, could be a victim. The bad news is that in our unit where we were captured and detained, there were also others. There was a woman with her 2 small sons and a little girl, daughter, and a driver. There were 2 other women and their driver. We were about 13 in all. So it showed that when they strike, they do not really care who you are. But the important thing is that they have struck and they know that you must have people out there that they can deal with. That is the danger. That is why I'm going to make some suggestions here to the federal government of Nigeria. That we have in our hands a national calamity. We have in our hand a clear and present danger. We have in our hand a situation of monumental and gargantuan proportion. A situation that calls for urgent national rethinking. A situation that calls for presidential intervention. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, as soon as yesterday, as urgent as yesterday. Let no one deceive themselves that we are dealing with a little phenomenon. Let no one fool himself or herself that we are dealing with toy gun carrying kidnappers. They told us that they cannot be caught with by any security outfit because their phones cannot be tracked. Their phones cannot be tracked. We asked them, why can't your phones be tracked? They said, because they said, can you see that we don't allow you to talk every day? Can you tell people to shut up? They said, can you see that we only allow you to talk once in 3 days? I said, yes, sir. They said that is because before they grant us any opportunity to talk, they have to make special preparation. That where we are, for example, or where we were, that before they speak to me, the person who is going to speak to me, we have to travel across about 4 or 5 states outside where we were detained. And then the person will be on a highway and make the call. When he makes the call to their person, then they will now connect the person that represents me that they are talking with. They told me on one occasion that they are aware that some security agents went to Port Harcourt or where they decided to arrest innocent people. That they use all those ones as decoy. That their calls do not originate from where their victims are detained. That they can't be so stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, we are dealing with very well-read people, graduates, that speak impeccable English. Very well-read graduates that talk philosophy. That when they are hooded, they discuss national issues with you. Problems of the country. Why they said they are in the forest, in the jungles. Why they are fighting against.
But every day, please keep on praying for yourself. Oh. Pray for your safety out there. Pray for your safety return. Even in your own house, these people can still come. Like, nowhere is safe in Nigeria. Nowhere. Anyway, I rest my case. God bless you.